Cold Creek, Montana was the kind of small American town where everyone knew everyone, or at least thought they did. The days were quiet, the nights even quieter, and the local diner, Molly's, was the town's unofficial meeting point. Truckers, ranchers, tourists, and on rough weather days, even the notorious Iron Vipers Motorcycle Club stopped by for coffee strong enough to wake the dead. It was late afternoon when the diner bell jingled and Ryder Knox, the Iron Vipers leader, walked in with two of his men. The sound of heavy boots and the low rumble of leather jackets instantly shifted the room's energy. People in Cold Creek didn't fear Ryder, but they respected him. He was the kind of man who carried the weight of his past in his eyes, quiet, dangerous, and fiercely protective of the few people he cared about. Ryder took his usual seat in the corner booth. He didn't say much, didn't need to, but when the waitress arrived with a notepad in hand, he finally looked up and froze. Her name tag read Lena. Ryder had seen her twice before, always polite, always quick with a nervous smile, but today something was different. A dark bruise peeked out from beneath the cuff of her long sleeve. Ryder's brows furrowed. Lena noticed and immediately tugged her sleeve down, forcing a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "What can I get you today?" she asked, voice steady but too soft, like she was afraid of being overheard. Ryder didn't answer right away. His gaze stayed on her face, on the slight swelling near her jaw, the faint purple fatting near her collarbone. Things most folks wouldn't notice, but Ryder wasn't most folks. "Coffee," he finally said, his voice low, "and the truth." Lena blinked, confusion flickering across her face. "Excuse me." Ryder leaned back, crossing his arms. "Bruises like that don't just happen, someone hurt you." Her breath hitched. She glanced around the diner, checking who might be listening. The other customers were minding their own business, but Lena's eyes darted toward the window, toward a black pickup truck idling across the street. Ryder followed her gaze. A man sat inside, sunglasses on, watching the diner like a hawk. Lena swallowed hard. "It's nothing really, I'm fine." Ryder didn't believe her for a second. His jaw tightened, every instinct screaming that something was very, very wrong. He'd seen bruises like that too many times before, growing up, in the club, in the lives of women who'd crossed paths with the wrong kind of men. "You sure you want to say that?" Ryder asked gently. Lena hesitated. For a split second her eyes softened, like she wanted to tell him everything, but fear locked her thoughts away. "I should go put in your order," she whispered, backing away from the table. Ryder watched her leave, then glanced again at the truck outside. The man inside didn't look away. Ryder's fingers drummed on the table. This wasn't nothing. And he wasn't about to ignore it. Ryder didn't touch his coffee when Lena finally set it down on the table. He didn't even look at it. His eyes were fixed on her trembling hands. She tried to pull them away quickly, but Ryder gently caught her wrist just long enough to see the bruise up close. It wasn't just a bruise, it was the shape of fingers. Lena snatched her hand back, panic flickering in her eyes. "Please," she whispered, "don't make this worse." "Worse for who?" Ryder asked. She opened her mouth, but before she could speak, the bell above the diner door jingled sharply, slicing the moment in half. Everyone turned. The man from the truck walked in, boots heavy, presence heavier. He was big, not as big as Ryder, but solid, with a coiled rage sitting right behind his eyes. Lena stiffened immediately. Ryder noticed everything. The way she stepped back without thinking, the way her shoulders curled inward, the way she didn't even look at the man, like eye contact alone was dangerous. The man walked straight to the counter, throwing a glare at Lena that could curdle blood. "You're on break," he growled. "I still have tables," she said quietly. "You're on break," he repeated, slower this time, voice laced with threat. Ryder's hands clenched into fists under the table. The diner fell silent. Even the old couple in the corner, who usually argued about crossword puzzles, stopped talking. Lena nodded quickly and hurried toward the back. The man didn't follow her. He watched her walk away, jaw stiff, knuckles popping like he needed to hurt something. Then his gaze shifted to Ryder. "You got a problem?" he asked, stepping closer. Ryder leaned back, calm but coiled. "Not yet." The man smirked. "Good, cause that little waitress, she's mine, and you're gonna keep your eyes off her." Ryder's men exchanged glances, muscles tensing. The air felt thick, charged, like the moment before a storm cracks open the sky. "What's your name?" Ryder asked, voice low. The man puffed up, mistaking Ryder's quiet tone for intimidation. "Trent Galloway." Ryder didn't react, but inside something clicked. He'd heard that name before, nothing good tied to it. Trent stepped closer, invading Ryder's space like a fool testing a tiger. "Stay out of my business, biker." Ryder's stare hardened, the kind that could freeze fire. "Hurting a woman is business, Trent." Trent's jaw twitched. "She gets mouthy, needs discipline, not your concern." Ryder rose slowly, too slowly. The rest of the diner held its breath. Trent suddenly seemed less sure of himself as Ryder towered over him. "You're in my diner," Ryder said softly. "Talking about beating a woman like it's normal, that makes it my concern." Trent swallowed but forced a laugh. "You want to play hero, fine, but you won't be around when she learns her place again." He turned and walked out, slamming the door behind him. Ryder didn't sit back down. He looked toward the hallway Lena had disappeared into. If Trent thought Ryder was playing hero, he had no idea what was coming. Ryder didn't waste a second after Trent stormed out. He pushed open the employee hallway door, ignoring the staff-only sign like it was nothing. He found Lena sitting on an overturned milk crate, hands shaking, tears drying on her cheeks as she tried to breathe normally. When she saw Ryder, she stood quickly. "You shouldn't be back here if Trent sees." "He already saw enough," Ryder said. Lena hugged her arms to her chest, eyes darting toward the back exit. "He'll come back, he always comes back, and he'll make me pay for this." Ryder crouched in front of her so they were eye level. "Not this time." His voice wasn't loud, but it carried weight like a promise Kane himself couldn't break. For the first time, Lena didn't look terrified, she looked tired. "He's not just some guy," she whispered. "He's connected. My ex-sheriff's nephew gets away with everything." Ryder's jaw tightened. "Not today." He stood, gave one sharp nod to his men, and pushed out the back door. They followed, steps heavy and silent. Outside, Trent was already there, leaning against his truck, texting, waiting for Lena like a predator waiting for prey. He didn't expect Ryder. Trent's face twisted. "You really wanna die over some waitress?" "No," Ryder said calmly, "but you're gonna learn not to touch her again." Trent reached for something inside his jacket. Bad move. Before he could blink, Ryder slammed him against the truck, twisting his arm behind his back. Trent screamed, curses flying out uselessly. Ryder's men blocked the view from the street, ensuring no one but them witnessed what followed. "This isn't discipline," Ryder growled into Trent's ear. "It's domination, and I don't tolerate men like you." Trent spat. "You think you're the law?" Ryder tightened his grip until Trent choked on his own breath. "No, but I'm the consequence." When Ryder finally released him, Trent collapsed to the ground, clutching his shoulder, too stunned to stand. Ryder crouched beside him. "You go near her again," he said softly, "and you won't walk away next time." Trent's eyes widened. He believed him. Word spread fast in Cold Creek. By evening, everyone knew the biker leader had stood up for the quiet waitress. And by morning, Trent Galloway's truck was gone, his house empty. He'd left town without a trace. Lena returned to work the next day, no bruises hidden under long sleeves, no fear in her eyes. And in a town where nothing exciting ever happened, one truth remained. The day Ryder Knox stepped in. Cold Creek changed forever.